Welcome to Home Buying Made Easy, the podcast where we pull back the curtain on mortgages, real estate, and everything the big banks hope you never figure out. Michael Dendy is a licensed mortgage loan officer with Edge Home Finance, and I'm Rachel, co-host and producer of the show. Every episode, Michael and I break down the stuff that actually matters without the jargon. This show is designed for everyday people like you and I to learn the home buying process so you can buy smarter, save more, and stop leaving money on the table. Now let's dive into today's episode.
Okay, welcome to another episode of Home Buying Made Easy. I am Michael and I'm a mortgage broker and just wanted to be able to share, insights to the mortgage and real estate industry so that you can be educated in the process of buying a home. And I have Rachel here with me, who is my handy dandy assistant. She has been fielding some phone calls and emails and questions online at our YouTube channel. And so if you have a question for us, Rachel, we can get this party started. What are we talking about today?
So today we're going to talk about specific programs for Tennessee homebuyers and first-time homebuyers in Tennessee. So are there any local or state programs that exist to help first-time homebuyers, whether that be with a down payment or maybe with their closing costs? Is that a thing?
Yes, there is. There's definitely a Tennessee first-time homebuyer program that people can do. And I like to weigh that out with some of the other programs that are out there, because typically these state programs require a repayment, or they require, even if there's not a repayment during the loan or during the process, through the loan, there'll be a repayment when you try to refinance or when you try to sell it. They'll almost have a second lien on the property, and that can't be relieved unless it's paid off. So there's sometimes better options for doing down payment assistance where, it's either paid back or it's a true grant that doesn't have to be paid back.
Well, okay. Question number 2 is, are there going to be any income limits or maybe a requirement for you to live in a specific area, or are there any qualifications like that?
There are. Every program is different. Yeah. So we have some lenders that will do down payment assistance, and there is no income limit. And then most of the lenders do have a cap. So that cap might be, if the limits say 80,000, their cap might be 100 or 125,000. So, it doesn't always have to be in the under. It's called the AMI. It's a average median income. So it doesn't have to be under that. There are some programs that allow for it.
Yeah. Okay. So you mentioned that some of the programs you'll have to pay back. It's kind of like a loan. Or how many, or if you can get specific, I really don't know. Are they all forgivable or grants, like you said? What does that look like?
Yeah, there's different. Really does depend on the program.
Yeah.
The Tennessee one that I was talking about is it has to be repaid in a lien. It's a lien on the property until you sell or refinance.
Yeah.
The other ones, there's a repayment plan for one where you just pay it as a second. There's some that are not. You don't have to repay. Usually there's different interest rates for these kinds of things. And then, I think there's one that's a grant. It's more like a grant where if you stay in the house for X number of years, like 5 years or something like that, then it's forgivable over that 5-year period.
Yeah. Okay. So when you're applying for this Tennessee program, let's take that as an example, how do they decide how much Or do you decide, like, hey, can I get $10,000 for a down payment? Like, is it
Well, it's not
that type thing?
necessarily. It's the program decides. So when you think about there's an income limit, that's only going to let you have so much buying power.
Right.
So you're going to have to stay under a certain amount. So you're going to know what your down payment is. Let's say it's a $300,000 house. Well, a $300,000 house in down payment assistance is going to get, like, there's 3.5% because you would do it as probably most likely as an FHA loan.
Mm-hmm.
And then so that 3.5% would be covered.
Yeah.
So whatever the 300,000 times 3.5%.
Yeah.
Is where that's what they're going to provide.
Right.
They likely won't provide that plus closing costs, but you could kind of combine that with maybe some seller credits, or there's some other ways that we could get creative to do that.
Yeah. So if you are low on like cash, then that's a potential opportunity to buy a house.
Yep. I was actually talking to a guy just a few hours ago about this very thing because he has some money but not a lot to work with.
Mm-hmm.
So he's looking for a down payment assistance program. I think we're going to navigate with our realtor partner to be able to get seller concessions to help cover for the closing cost part.
Yeah.
The down payment part will come from one of these programs like we're talking about.
Yeah.
And then he'll likely only have maybe $1,000 or $2,000 that he'll have to come to closing with in order to buy the house.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yep.
That's cool. Well, that's all we got for today.
If you have other questions about first-time homebuyer programs or anything else that you want to ask about mortgages or anything like that, we'll be glad to help out. All you have to do, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. We'll see you next time.
That's a wrap on today's episode of Home Buying Made Easy. If you're ready to take your next step, our team is standing by. You can call or text us directly at 615-499-6335. You can also reach us at michael@dendyteam.com or check out the link in the show notes below. Whether you have one question or you're ready to go, we'll meet you right where you are. Thanks for joining us. From our team to you, let's make home buying easy.